Hey guys, it's Marta. Welcome. Today we have a beautiful sunny day. I'm planning to plant some tulip bulbs. Today I will talk about what works for me when planting them. Is it worth it? How do you do it? How do you choose the bulbs? Let's go. So on this border, I'm planning a very pink display. As you know, I love pink, so I'm planning some pink tulips. First of all, I will need to rake all of this border because it's full of leaves, but then I'll be planting. I really hope it will work. This border had a break from tulips for 3 years, and I'm hoping I will not get any fungal diseases here. This is what I do. If I had some problems on the border, I let it rest from tulips. This is very hard for me because I cannot plant for 3 years, but this border was resting, so hopefully it will be fine. Before I get to work, I would like to tell you how to choose your perfect bulb. November is a perfect time to go into the shop and look for sales, because all of the bulb sellers are now having great reduced prices, so this is a good place to save some money. When you're going to choose your bulbs, always look for bulbs that are shiny. They are the biggest ones you can get. Of course, when you look at different varieties, they will have different sizes. For example, this one is Tulip China Pink, this one is Pink Impression, and this one is Menton. They look a bit different. This one is smaller, these are bigger, and usually the bigger ones are the bigger tulips. But when you're looking at bulbs from one variety, always choose the ones that are the biggest ones. Look at the skin. If it's shiny, this is the best part. Then check the bulb in your hands. If it's firm, if it's squishy, if it's soft, discard those and choose the ones that are firm. And look at the bulb if there are any signs of fungal disease, so any spots, especially the blue ones, these are the worst, but also look for the yellow ones. Sometimes you will get tiny spots and these are fine, but when you see any kind of fungal problems, always discard those bulbs and choose the healthiest looking ones. So what types and varieties I will be planting on my border? First will be China Pink. You can see the picture here. This is a beautiful lily-shaped tulip. We've had that in our lavender border a few years ago. It was perfect. I really love this. The second one will be Menton. This is a late flowering tulip. I love this. It's very big. It's pink with a tint of salmon. Really beautiful, one of my favorite varieties. And another one is Pink Impression. I think I've had it. I don't recall too many memories about it, but I thought, why not? We'll add it and we'll see how those three will perform in the border. Okay guys, I will grab some rakes and I will just rake this border and show you how I position my bulbs. That is a nice cardio when you rake some leaves. Can you see how much that is? I think this will be a really nice thing for the hedgehogs in the part I showed you in the last video. So now I will be positioning my bulbs. I always do that. I do a dry mock-up like always. I don't want to position the bulbs like they are soldiers, one by one, very nice, same amount of space between the bulbs. I don't think that works. I want to place the bulbs as the nature would throw them. So sometimes the spacing will be 5 centimeters, so 2 inches. Sometimes it will be 10, so 4, right? 4 inches. So I try to do it as the nature would. So no, same spacing, very nice river of tulips that looks very natural. as you can see, I am placing my tulips. My idea for this border is that this border and that one, they are like both sides of this entryway to our cutting garden, and I want it to be pink, and I think it might look beautiful if they all grow. There is no disease or all of the moles and other animals that are digging, they will not eat them. Of course they might. Some people say that they cover their bulbs with chili powder. Some plant them in some kind of baskets, but I don't think those baskets work. I tried for a few times, but the amount of bulbs I'm always planting, it is really difficult to plant in the baskets. So I'm saying, okay, sometimes they will eat some of my bulbs. Sharing is caring, so this is what I do. I will be planting my bulbs with the auger. This is not one of the ways you can do it. You can also use bulb planters. Some are operated with your hand. So you push with your hand, you take part of the soil, then you put the bulb in. Some are operated with your foot and same, but I had pain in my wrists, then I had pain in my foot, and then I found an auger. And this is the fastest way I found to dig your bulbs in. How deep do I plant my bulbs? It is said that you should plant your bulbs on the 3 times the size of the bulb or 2 times the size of the bulb. I've tried them all, 1, 4, 3 and 2, and I think between 2 and 3 is the best way to go. If you plant them too shallow, they might fall, and planting too deeply, it is said that they don't make the bulbils that easily if you plant them very, very deep, but I did not find this to be true. I've also had the problems with the bulbils, and in the next years the tulips did not bloom for me. Okay guys, it's drill time. I'm planting, you're watching, let's go. Okay guys, all of the bulbs are planted. I planted, I think, something between 200 and 300 bulbs. It took me, I think, 20 minutes to do so, and I'm really happy. I'm really hoping for a nice display in the spring. As you can see, here in the border, all of the catmins and salvias have been pruned down, sheared down to the ground. I do that in the autumn because it is easier for me then to plant all of my bulbs. It's so easy. Now I will just be raking the leaves as they fall off, and will be waiting for spring, and I'm hoping for a really beautiful pink display. At this time of the year, I'm also adding, for example, bone meal or basalt meal to the ground. These are natural materials that will give all of the goodness to the soil over the coming months. I like to do that in the autumn, and then they will feed the bulbs and give them the phosphorus or potassium, so they bloom beautifully. So now it's time for me to gather all of those leaves. I will be bringing them to the wild part of the garden, so maybe the hedgehogs will use them for the winter, so they can hide in there and they can have a nice, warm, cozy space for them. And then I will also be removing all of the leaves from my lawn and taking them to the compost heap or whatever. I want the lawn to be free of leaves, so I have no problems with fungal diseases. Okay, I'm going back to work, and if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.